So yeah, I had fun in Philly this weekend at Premiere Philadelphia, which is, a big hair show. I went there for the fun discounts and because some of my favorite barbers from Amsterdam were going to be there.
And because you could get a free hotel room?
Exactly. Dan was very kind and let me crash in his spare room. More importantly, Dan's roommates were very kind and allowed me to crash in their spare room.
I was going to say, I was never really a question. My rule of thumb is you give me 48 hours notice and you should fucking, sleep on my couch.
So you can emotionally prepare.
So I can emotionally prepare, and if your room is a shit show, normally I would clean it.
But you didn't.
I didn't, because the day before I fucked up, and
you fell asleep, right?
So I was on set at 5 o'clock in the morning. I left for set at 5.
Mm-hmm.
We started filming at 7. I got done at noon, and I'm like, yo, I am beat. I deserve a nap. Which, honestly, I feel like that's a justifiable reason to take a nap.
I guess so.
So I took a nap at 1:30 maybe. Because obviously I didn't fall asleep right away. Right after we got done at noon, I got home, whatever, took a nap. Woke back up and it was 10:30 at night.
Oh, and I was calling you to get you to open the door, right?
I stand up and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I got a bunch of missed messages from Noah. Oh, that's weird. Why does my clock say it's 10:30 at night? And then I fucking go over to the door and I hear Parker yell from down the hall, Noah's here. And in exactly that voice. And then you were here and I didn't have a chance to clean. Makes me a bad person, but I was tired. So
that's okay. So yeah. But the more important thing is that while I was down in Philly, I made Dan watch the first Hellraiser, which I greatly enjoyed making him watch Hellraiser.
It was a movie. You know what? Actually, I do want to talk about this.
Oh, cool.
But I also want to point out you got to do the whole fucking who's who real quick, because
you know what?
That's how you intro a podcast, you dummy.
That is incredibly fair. So hi guys, I'm Noah.
And
Next
I'm Dan.
Up is Dan, and then we have our beautiful co-host.
And I'm Jackson.
Yeah. Are you happy, Dan? Was that enough of an introduction?
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. So Hellraiser.
So yeah, do tell. For context, I'm sure people probably might have picked this up by now from comments I've made. I love horror movies a lot. And I love practical effect body horror movies as well, and Hellraiser is one of those to a point. So I'm like, Dan, when I come to Philly, I'm going to make you watch a horror movie. And I had a few options, but we ended up deciding on Hellraiser because it just sounded right.
Just sounds good.
I don't know why it sounded right to you. I don't know what you're trying to say about Philadelphia. I don't appreciate the insinuation you're making that
I don't think Hellraiser has anything to do with Philadelphia.
It doesn't. If anything, it's Brooklyn.
It's so ambiguously placed. Some of those people are so clearly
they keep saying
English.
Brooklyn, right?
But
they
all
say
the
Brooklyn
characters in the movie are 100% English.
I assume they freaking moved to fucking. Wow, I don't know why I censored myself.
Hey,
Whatever.
I'm from fucking I'm raising hell
Brooklyn
over here.
Also,
I'm
isn't
fucking
that,
raising hell.
Isn't that Boston?
No.
It's
Boston
more
are the ones that sound like
really.
when they say car keys, it's khakis.
Khakis. Hey, I'm fucking raising the hell out here. That's a little more
You're
Boston.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm walking here, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's
that
What are
distinctly
you gonna
Brooklyn.
do
Brooklyn.
about it? I'm
Yeah.
peeling your skin off. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
So anyway, Dan, what was your take on Hellraiser?
I don't know how to feel yet.
Did I give you nightmares? That would be the first part.
Well, no. Okay. So let's go back to context. Dan is a fucking big old pussy. Get scared.
Yes.
I get scared
Yeah,
of
fuck that
movies
guy.
real easily. Don't play horror games. Don't play horror movies. Just get spooked really easily. It's just a thing. No, actually, I don't know why it didn't bug me. Partially, I'm sure because we watched it with the sun still coming in and with both of us making comments the entire time. I'm sure that was part one. I think part two, and I think I realized as I was thinking about it last night that the lasting spooky part of horror movies is but what if, right? Or at least part of it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that this is the Hellraiser specifically. I get spoilers for Hellraiser, whatever.
Hellraiser is a 31-year-old movie, and if you're spoiling it, it's or
It's too late.
38-year-old movie, something long like that. So you're good.
But I think Hellraiser specifically wasn't spooky because it was tied to like a specific item.
The
in as much as like
configuration.
Well, yeah. In like the way that like, okay, so like zombie movies, right? Don't like zombie movies as a very general rule. Here and there are some good ones, but zombie movies don't. But like that's because zombie movies, like the apocalypse happens, it happens everywhere. It doesn't just happen in like an isolated location unless it's Dying Light.
It's a fun game.
That's such a good game.
The kick is just too overpowered to make the game really fun.
No, I disagree. You gotta play hard difficulty. At
You
which
still
point the
just kick
zombies nobody
everything for
cares.
6 hours and get bored.
I disagree, but not the point. Not the point. My point is like in something like Dying Light, or in something like a general zombie movie or general apocalypse movie or something like even something like is it Friday the 13th that has Ski Mask Dude.
Yeah,
I know that.
Jason.
I know that's
the
triggering
one.
you hard. I'm sorry.
It's not ski mask, it's hockey mask, but yeah.
Also, don't say triggering. It makes you sound like you're an anti-SJW type.
Yeah, it makes you sound like
it was a joke.
It makes you
guys.
sound like you have an anime profile picture
Guys, it
and
was a
say
joke.
transphobic things.
I mean, well, one of those things is true.
it's the anime profile picture, just in
It
case
is.
anyone was wondering.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Jackson loves anime. Or oh my gosh.
But yeah, so a movie like that, like there's nothing like they just from what I know of it, and maybe I'm wrong. There's nothing those kids specifically did to like start that in motion, right?
I mean, they went there.
They just happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that's their damn fault. They should fix that.
But like that's the thing. Is like in something like Hellraiser, like just don't touch the box. Like it's not.
It's a very nice self-contained problem that
Yeah, exactly.
unless you do something wrong, you're pretty safe.
Exactly. And I think that's why like it didn't bother me as much as like something like a zombie movie might have or something that's just like a slasher film might have.
Well, that's why the least scary horror movie of all time, everyone knows It Follows.
Oh my god.
No one wants to have sex with me.
Dude, It Follows is such a good movie.
I know
It's not,
nothing
dude.
about
It's
it.
the least scary thing I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
You have to have sex to get the monster on you, and come on, guys. Come on.
I mean, that's fair, honestly.
The three of us are safe.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
The three of us are safe. Don't worry.
I like okay.
Dan, actually, I think you'd like this one a lot because there's some CGI in it that puts this monster real square in the uncanny valley.
Ooh,
And my goodness.
I do appreciate
It's-
that.
It's on Netflix and it's really uncomfortable sometimes. I love it so much.
I did appreciate all the most of the practicals when they weren't just batshit crazy ridiculous.
So you're trying to say you didn't like Frank getting torn into pieces.
That one,
you
and
had
then
it
the weird like floor slime. The floor slime threw me. I
That's
couldn't
fair.
take that seriously because it was just weird floor slime. But for the most part, pretty solid movie. Pretty solid. Not something I would watch like again. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, you know what I want to watch tonight? I want to watch some good old fashioned Hellraiser. But yeah, it was all right. I am surprised. Oh, there was one shot. I don't remember what even shot it was. I just remember being like, oh, Noah, look at that shot. It's so good.
Yeah, it was a shot of a stairway and the way everyone was framed.
Yeah, it was some
heaven.
good mise en scène.
Don't say mise en scène.
Of all
makes-
people, I'm allowed.
Yeah,
I'm allowed.
but it does
No,
make you
I'm
sound
allowed.
super pretentious.
No, this is my hill to die on. This is my Sirs hill to die on. Calling you out, Sirs. Now that you listen.
That's Celine's cousin.
No, I'm allowed to say mise en scène because I'm a film major. This is my thing. This is my aesthetic.
But like, honestly, mise en scène, mise en place, je ne sais quoi, it's just gatekeeping. Je ne sais quoi is my least favorite phrase.
That one I don't recognize.
Because it's basically its literal translation from French to English is I don't know how to say it. So if someone's like, yes, she has a certain je ne sais quoi about her, it means like I don't fucking know how to describe her, but I'm too smart to say I don't know. Super annoying.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's as it is a little bit. I guess I don't know that I would agree that it's that gatekeeping though, because it's not like it's not like it's excluding and like I can. It's like what's within the frame. Like it's a specific
Exactly, but it has an easy
description.
translation from French to English.
It's not like. But saying just like it's what's within the frame doesn't like quite like
Why?
it's not quite accurate because it's also
It just doesn't sound as French.
no. It's like
That's the problem. Je ne sais quoi. That's what I'm saying.
Because like I don't know how to. It's like a specific aspect of like, I don't know, whatever. You might be right. I don't think it's that gatekeepy because I feel like it's just it's an industry phrase in the same way that like calling something a C-37 isn't gatekeeping. It's just industry slang.
It's only industry slang when it's more convenient. When it's less convenient, it's gatekeeping.
Do you know what a C-47?
Yeah, it's a fucking clothespin.
Yeah,
You guys,
I think I've
you
talked
guys
about
talked about that in a past episode.
Exactly.
But like that's
Because
the point.
that's equally bad.
But like it's not because it's just industry slang. Like I don't agree that it's
bad.
like calling an extension cord a stinger. Like it just
Yeah, that just makes you feel. It's what people say when they want to feel special.
it really isn't, my dude. It's just the way like the industry talks. Like I don't.
Yeah.
It'd be like a mechanic. It'd be like a mechanic talking
give me an
about
extension
like.
cord.
It'd be like a mechanic talking about a specific aspect of the car and you not understanding and be like, oh, you're just saying it to make yourself feel smart. No, that's what it's called. Like that's what
Carburetor? That's very different than calling an extension cord a stinger. It's like if you go on set and you're like, hey, can you hand me a clothespin? No one's gonna be like, what's that?
No, of course not.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
So
because you're on
problem solved.
set. Like but you wouldn't say that because you're on a set, and like that's not what they're called when you're on a
wouldn't you?
set.
Why not?
Because you call it I can never remember if it's C40 or C30, but people get the same idea. Which is ironic because we're having this conversation all together.
Yeah. If you can't remember the name of it, how often are you on set?
Not as often. C47. It's 47. That's why I thought it was 47. But yeah,
I just find it slightly disingenuous and forced. There's no need for it to be there.
I feel like that's because, and this isn't to sound like pretentious. It's because you're not in.
You don't understand.
No, it's because you're not in that culture, right? Like,
yeah,
it's like when you're in what is it called? It's like calling MCM, right? Like the or MCN, whatever they are, the multi-channel networks or whatever from YouTube. Like that doesn't mean anything if you're on the outside of it. But if you like are in the industry, if you're in the like the space, that means something that's important. It's like a lot of business slang too. Although I will say a lot of business slang is just intentionally obfuscating like the actual like what they're trying to say, but like still there are some things where it's
same with film slang.
I don't agree with you.
Mise en scène is different, and it still annoys me, but I can see the reason behind it because it is something that doesn't have a perfect translation always, but can be understood while translating it because you have to. The only way you understand it is in English, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Because you don't speak French, I imagine.
No, but it's also like, yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So your only understanding of it is in English, which means the actual use of the French makes little to no difference outside of, maybe explaining it quicker, but saying, "Oh, mise en scène is good in this." That's fine. Going out of your way to call an extension cord a stinger. It's just a little bit douchey.
I don't think it's not out of your way though. Like it's no. Give us some music. Give us some music slang.
What do you?
Yeah, what's some slang you use in the music industry so I can be mean about it?
What, just without thinking about it. Yeah.
I mean, nothing. Like the biggest thing I can think of is just actual proper terminology. Which
exactly,
like the top of the neck is actually the part that's closest to the body, furthest away from your natural hand position at what you would think is the top of the guitar if you're standing it up on the ground. That's the bottom of the neck, and the top of the neck is the closest to the physical bottom. Okay. And then the lowest string is actually the highest up on the neck because it is the lowest intonation and like octave, and the highest string is on the bottom side of the neck when you're wearing it sideways, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable.
That's just common music terminology. There's not a lot of slang when it comes to at least what I do.
I think that's fine because you're not making up a new name for something that's had a name and was invented for something and given a name by the inventor of it. You're not like...
I've actually never heard an extension cord called a stinger.
That's because you're not on set.
It's a movie thing. It's a set thing.
Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a cultural like...
Cultural?
It is. No, it's a cultural thing.
No, I get what you mean though. I'm honestly I'm amazed you guys are still talking about this.
I'm just mad.
It's like certain internet terminology.
Oh,
Like,
actually, I will accept
but-
that because I have a lot of like internet terminology in my vocabulary that does not translate well into regular world.
Well, and even if it
But I
does,
will
So I
use
guess
it.
my
takes-
final point
Okay.
Go ahead.
is: are you on set right now, Dan?
No. But this originally started as
Problem
mise en
solved.
scène, which I would argue is a wide enough used term to not be set restrictive. It's just the word that came to mind rather than saying, or the phrase that came to mind rather than saying, like, the framing plus blocking plus camera position plus lighting.
I actually, until you said that just now, I had no idea what mise en whatever you just said.
It's everything within a frame.
Gatekeeping.
It's literally an entire. It's the combination of the lighting, the props, the set. It's everything that you. If you take a snapshot, what you're seeing is or what, and then try to describe what you're seeing. What you're describing is the mise en scène.
It's worth 1,000 words.
I mean,
See?
I'll accept that is actually fair because it took him way longer to explain the different things that it contained rather than just to say it. But I also will say using other terms that are not that in average conversation is just pretentious.
But I don't say C-47s and Stingers
And
offset.
you don't. I'm not saying you do.
And I can see why it would be seen as gatekeeping, but I really do think it's more of like a cultural not societal, cultural. It is a culture, the film culture. I think it's a cultural thing that like just doesn't make sense unless you're in it.
Hot take. Film culture basically is furries that make movies.
I don't know where you're trying to say with that.
Well, I think actually that loops right
Self-contained,
back
yeah.
around to the hotly contested question of is Dan a furry?
Oh shit, are we going back into this?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Dan, are you a furry?
If you ever actually joined Jackson's Discord server like I invited you to so that you could be part of the community,
Honestly, you're not welcome.
you would know that that's a question
Damn.
that has been asked.
Damn.
But I mean, Jackson is in charge, so if he says you're not welcome, I guess that's that then.
Well, that's hurtful.
Thank God.
What did I do?
Dan, are you a furry?
I'm not. Maybe I don't want to answer now that I'm not welcome.
All right, cool.
Cool. Glad we had that talk.
Yeah, another thing I've been seething about all week
Is it Bowsette?
because hey, you know what?
Nah,
We're
I'm
not talking
actually
about that
with
today.
Noah on this. Bowsette creeps me out a little bit. I get it. Don't get
Doesn't
me wrong.
creep
I
me
get
out.
it.
I just think it's dumb.
I get it. I just
Like
it
my
don't-
tweet says, I've been jerking off to Bowser since grade 9, and nobody ever wanted to talk to me about that. But all of a sudden, somebody put some titties on it and made it look like Peach, and everyone's like, "Holy fuck, this is a game changer." No, it ain't. This is furry gentrification, and I won't stand for it.
Furry gentrification is the name of my new album.
Bowsette is furry gentrification.
I can't disagree.
Same with
I-
Lola Bunny.
Ooh, I want to hear
Furry
your.
gentrification.
That's
I
a
wanna-
strong take,
No, I want to hear.
actually.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Hold on. Go ahead.
It's like, Dan, how would you feel if you went to, the dollar store to pick up some clothespins for set?
As you do.
But when you checked them out, or when you looked at the bag, it said C37s on them. And then the cashier was like, "Nice purchase of those C37s." You're just like, "Hey, that's not your thing. That's my thing. That's where I'm at. That's what I've been up to." This shouldn't be like it's different when something that's like an in term or an in thing, like something that only a certain subgroup of people do. When it's made normalized, when it's made, on a large scale and put into the public eye. So it's like when normies get a hold of a meme, you know?
Isn't this literally gatekeeping?
Yes.
It's the reason this joke is so meta at this point.
I'm defending your use of calling things the wrong name in a stupid way on set by saying I should be allowed to jerk off to Bowser in peace.
You should. That part I agree
Thank you.
with. I just don't know why you're making I don't know why you're upset. I understand
Furry
the parallel. I
gentrification.
understand the parallel of Lola Bunny and Minerva Minx being like more widely acceptedly attractive and like, oh, it's okay to fucking be into them, but it's not okay to be
Exactly.
into fucking Crystal or whatever the fuck her name is.
No, that's another one that's pretty high up there.
Is it? I feel like it's definitely
Yeah.
lower than the other two by a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Lola Bunny is way too. Lola Bunny, honestly, wouldn't even go for it. Too normie. Whee!
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Also, she can probably do better.
That's not true at all.
I mean, nah, Bugs has got it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like Bugs Bunny, not tangible. Me, tangible.
You know who else isn't tangible though?
God.
Lola Bunny.
Damn.
Lola Bunny is
Yeah, but
God
I'm just saying,
confirmed.
Dan, I'm so angry at you because you made me look up Minerva Mink just now again because I didn't know who you were talking about, and I realized that you've already dropped this on me at least once before.
I have.
Yeah, no, Dan's been jerking it to that for a while.
It makes me
I will
very
not
angry.
be shamed. No, fuck you. I will not be shamed for Minerva Mink. I used to watch the shit out of Animaniacs.
She's got
That show was
3
great.
toes.
Yeah? What's your point?
That's whack.
Okay.
I mean, hey, live your life.
Listen.
I'm just saying, I think that furries should either be fully accepted or fully shamed.
I don't agree
you
with
know,
that because I feel like there's a scale.
You can't hate furries 9 days out of 10 and then be like, Bowser with titties? Nice. Lola Bunny?
I think I can.
Nice.
I think I can though, because like
You can and you will, but that's because you're a normie, Dan.
that's true. I am clearly a normie.
No, I'm with Jackson
I mean,
on this one.
compared to
Thank you.
Jackson, yeah, but
If you're
Yeah.
gonna be like a degenerate, you may as well just be a degenerate.
no,
Or accept full degeneracy.
but I don't. Maybe I don't want to go full degenerate. I
You
don't
don't
want to go
have
half
to.
degenerate.
But you have to accept it if you're gonna go halfway.
I mean, of course. I
You
mean,
know, if you want to
to
drink, if you want to enter my realm, you must to drink of my nectar. You must first
don't describe
accept.
it like that. Now we're talking about jerking it to Minerva. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like where this conversation went. I need an adult.
Okay, if you want to enter my realm and drink of my nectar, even just a sip, first you must enter my realm. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, and I'm also saying that like I can come in for like vacation and not like stay
Exactly, yeah.
and not move there.
But if you're coming in for vacation, you can't judge the people who are there all the time.
I feel like you can. Because if I go to the bar, if I go
I
out
feel
to
like
the bar,
you're afraid.
If I go out to the bar and get plastered with my friends, that's different than me getting plastered every night.
Yeah, but we're talking about jerking off to cartoon animals, not destroying your bodily health.
That's true. That's true.
I think you're afraid, Dan.
I mean,
I think
probably.
you're afraid that if you've sipped of the nectar, you've drank fully.
Well, I mean, I already have, and I've come back from it, which is probably why I'm so adamantly against this.
Have you fully come back from it?
Probably not. I mean, I'm still here talking
That's what I'm
about
saying.
Lola and Minerva.
You're still sipping the nectar. You're still sipping the tea, sis.
I feel like sipping is a strong word. I feel like it's
still-
more like
Taking drops of the nectar.
it's like an eye drop at this point.
Drinking the nectar from a leaf, as you would the morning dew.
There's
I don't like this bit.
I don't like this. It's some there's some innuendos here, and I don't like them. I don't like
This,
them at
this
all.
is a
like
weird
enter-
conversation to be having.
I do like enter my realm and drink of my nectar, though. That one's a good one.
That's pretty good.
don't-
I'll accept that.
I don't
Get
like
that on a
it.
t-shirt.
I don't want it. I don't like it at all. I need an adult.
I just
No.
think, I just think, you know, if you're a furry, you're good. You're good.
I feel
you
like-
should be allowed to be that furry.
I think you should be allowed. I think it's also like there's a scale here that we're not acknowledging, right?
Oh, I mean, it's more of a spectrum than a scale, but yeah.
Sure, a spectrum. Either
Go
one.
off, I guess.
I mean, that's probably a more accurate phrase. But like, there's a difference between what's that? You guys have seen that old? Not old. You guys have seen that image of like the 0% furry to 100% furry?
I have
no.
not. That doesn't
Hold on.
sound familiar to me at all.
No, it's actually
That sounds like something a furry would have seen.
I mean, this is close enough. It's here. Copy image address, paste into Discord. So for context for
You're gonna
people
paste us
listening,
the link to an
it's
image?
it is it's a series of 4 images, but like the joke is that like the 4th one is like straight up just a cat, where it goes from cat girls to like lightly furred like Kung Fu Panda style to like 70%, which is like basically just a cat with like some human features, and then all the way to the cat. The one I grabbed has the last image is of
Chester Cheetah.
Chester Cheeto, and it says danger. It's furry. It's not furry, dangerously furry, and then dangerously cheesy. It's pretty good.
And no one really likes that image.
I don't know why no one's dying to this. Jackson and I are over here like
funny.
it's pretty good, but
It's not what I
it's-
expected at all.
It got a bit of a giggle out of me, but
It's
this is
solid.
a serious
It's solid.
matter. This is no laughing matter.
Yeah, this is serious.
right.
But like that's
Yes.
my point. Is that like
This
this
is
scale?
serious time.
No, you just went from giggling to yes, it's serious.
Let me see.
Although,
see it.
this is a cool way to announce to all the happy listeners, if you're watching this on YouTube, where we are going to start posting things, we're going to start posting videos. You will get to see this this lovely
Wow.
image and the incredibly inferior version Dan just found, because
Oh, you're gonna edit the images in.
I will. I'm not going to
Damn.
do
Can you
this
put an
halfway.
image of like? Can you put in the image of me with my body pillows
Yeah,
for my Twitter? Can you put that in here, like here?
yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, it's on the screen
Wow.
right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I have basically infinite power.
Here's a third image, and this is
are
the
you-
last one I'll give Noah. But Jackson, look at this. Look at this for me. And I feel like this is where like the problem with furries lies, right? I feel like
Yeah,
one
this
and
also
two
has
are
the N-word.
clearly
This
fine.
image has the N-word with a hard
I was
R
going to say
on it.
that's a
Oh,
very
you're right.
hard
It does.
R.
I'm sorry.
looking at
I
them.
didn't
Yeah,
even
I don't
notice.
like that.
I'm sorry. I
Yikes.
didn't notice.
Yeah, Dan just posted
Okay, guys.
not only a
I-
furry gentrification
Guys,
image, but also
guys,
one with a hard R.
Actually though,
Yikes.
can we move on? So yeah, so the scale, right? Like 1 and 2 I feel like are totally fine. Like I feel like 1 and 2 are safe, right? I feel like 3 is like at the limit of like where I feel like most people would draw the line. Like absolute limit would be like I feel like 3 is where like Lola Bunny and Minerva and Crystal all lie.
Yeah.
And anything beyond that is fucking weird. I just anything beyond that is fucking weird.
I agree. I'm at a solid 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at like a 2.5, and like 2.5
I
is
guess.
safe.
Wait, no, I guess Noah put the image on the screen, but
Censored it, yes.
changed that word to pal.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pal's a good
Pal's
substitute.
a good one.
Buddy's good too. Anyway,
Friendo.
I just think it's intellectually dishonest to say that banging a girl with cat ears and a cat tail is not furry.
I don't disagree with that.
The-
I do think it's a much more widely acceptable furry.
I agree.
Like cat girls
But
are
it's still,
pretty,
I think,
pretty
furry.
much okay. Like I don't think most people are gonna. I mean, people are, but like we're already on this scale. People are judging us for even talking about it. But I feel
That's
like most
true,
people
yeah.
aren't going to judge you for being into a cat girl. Like that's fine. And like even the paws, I'm pretty okay with that. It's a little is
I like the pause.
is a little weird. But they're still basically just hands, just furry hands. So I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. I feel like anything beyond that, it gets real weird real fast. It gets really weird
I think
really, really
it's
fast.
one of those things where the only reason I'd say I'm not a furry is because I'm actually like capable of having regular human relationships,
Yeah.
and I don't have that as my icon. I think it's so weird to me because like saying like yeah, I think Crystal from Star Fox is pretty hot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think like female Bowser is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know all that stuff. But like I don't. It's not my fucking Twitter icon.
Yeah.
I don't only talk about it. I don't use the word "not" in casual conversation.
Are we then moving on to yet another discussion of like content versus culture? Because
I think we've beaten that horse.
we have, but I feel like
I
that's
think
just
we've
another
beaten that
argument
dead
of it.
fursuiter in a horse costume.
Ooh, fursuits are weird. Fursuits are I'm
Fursuits are
sorry.
weird.
If you're in a fursuit, I understand that like there's a lot of reasons for it, and not all. Most of the time, it's not sexual. I
think it's kinda fun,
It's still
honestly.
weird. It still weirds me out.
I wouldn't do it, but I think it looks like it might be kind of fun because it's basically you just get to be like a mascot.
Mascots are
I
weird.
think it's kind of cool.
Really?
Oh, I like mascots.
I like
Nah,
mascots.
mascots freak me out.
Nah, I
think
had
they're
a
fun.
blast when I got to walk around in the Chick-fil-A outfit.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Mascots freak me out. Animals should be small and puntable, not
Have
large
you
and
ever
able to talk to
met
me.
or heard of a bear before?
I the actual animal or the
actual animal.
or the gay term.
The actual animal,
I have
because that's not small or puntable.
but the difference is that there aren't bears sitting outside of a Chick-fil-A.
That's probably wrong. I would reckon.
I mean, it depends on where your Chick-fil-A is.
Bears love trash. Let me tell you that.
Oof,
Oof.
oof.
Feeling
you wanna-
mighty
No,
attacked
no,
right
like-
now.
You want to
Not
talk
even
about
like,
that?
Chick-fil-A is good food. I'm saying like the dumpsters,
Okay.
and bears will find those and get into them.
That's fair.
Chick-fil-A food is good.
I don't know. I feel like it's easier to avoid bears than it is to avoid mascots.
I think I've seen about as many bears as I've seen furries in casual situations. I'm discounting anime conventions because
Well, yeah, that doesn't count. That's like going. That's like saying,
there.
"Oh, I've seen a whole bunch of bears." Yeah, they were at the zoo. Like it doesn't count. Although
I think
I
in
kind of feel
casual-
now that I've said that out loud, I feel a little bad for comparing a anime convention with a bunch of fursuits to a zoo.
Well, no, I think you're kind of in the right track. If you go to a place where the bears are going to be, and you see a bear, you can't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, you can
You know,
be
like if I go to an
impressed,
anime convention and I see a
shocked,
furry, I can't be
disgusted,
surprised.
aroused,
Yeah,
but not.
But you can't
not
be surprised. So I think I've seen more bears just casually chilling in places bears shouldn't be than I have seen furries just casually chilling in fursuits in places where furries shouldn't be. Of course, I'm also not counting people who wear cat ears and tails.
Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say
Because
I might.
then going to the mall is just it's a trip.
I don't under. Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
I
I've
have
seen
actually
that,
thought
and
about
it's
that, but I have seen
weird.
that, and it does make me a little confused.
It's weird.
it's a furry thing. It's
It's a furry thing, but okay. You know what it is, honestly.
like
think-
the Bud Light of fursuiting.
Well, I think like, and this is gonna make me sound like a bad person, and like if it comes out too
You are.
bad, that's fine. I feel like
God.
it's because I inherently associate being a furry with like a sex thing, like a fetish, and by bringing cat ears like out into the mall, even if it's just like, nah, I just feel cute this way or whatever. To me, it feels a little bit like exhibitionism, where like you're bringing me into your fetish without consent, and I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable with that. Even though I know there's also like a lot of people who it's not a sex thing, it's a lifestyle or like an identification or whatever.
It's still also a sex thing.
But like it's very hard for me to not equate it to a sex thing.
Yeah, because like I think it's always a sex thing, but it doesn't always manifest itself as a sex. You know, like people who are dressed up as furries, always, you know, I would be willing to bet anyone in a fursuit is in some way sexually attracted to other furry creatures. You know, anthropomorphic animals.
Even if not necessarily other fursuits.
Yeah, but I don't think everyone who's attracted to anthropomorphic animals wears fursuits.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I think the sex thing is way broader, and then when you see it in public, you know they're into that sex thing, whether or not that sex thing is going on right now.
It's like when you see people like wearing like actual collars and leashes in public.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's distinctly a
that's
sex
mad
thing.
uncomfortable.
And
if
like
you're walking around on all fours in public being let on a leash,
you don't even have to be
don't
on all
do
fours.
that.
If you're wearing a collar and a leash in public, I don't care what you're wearing. It's don't bring me into your sex thing. Because that's
cats
not.
are
I feel like
mad.
that's not okay. Like you can't. Like it feels wrong. Like it feels like you are. It feels like my discomfort is part of you being into this sex thing. And I don't like that. Even if that's not necessarily the reason. Even if it's more like, oh, this other person is uncomfortable wearing this, and like it's a domination, humiliation thing, whatever. You're still bringing me into it as an unwilling participant, and that's fucked up. That's not okay.
It's no good. No
So
good at all.
the point is, I don't care what you do. Just don't bring me into your weird sex thing.
Honestly, I don't mind when I'm out in public and I see somebody who's trying to bring me into a weird sex thing like that with like a leash in public, because like, yeah, I'm just gonna make fun of you. Like that's my thing. Like, I'm gonna turn to my friend and be like, look at those motherfuckers over there.
I mean,
Actually, I feel like no, never mind. I don't know where
No,
I was going to
no,
go
keep
with
it
that.
going.
I don't
Nah.
remember where I was going with that though.
oh, okay. No one's about to say, oh, actually, I think I might be a little into that. That's where he was going
that
with
was
that.
100% not
Right,
where
Jackson,
I was
that's what I
going.
heard. Isn't that what you heard?
I'm just here to be mean to people who think differently than me in public.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Gay people are icky. Everyone knows that.
That's different.
That's a joke. It's a joke,
Also,
you guys. It's a joke.
You're also assuming gay people think differently than me.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Playing
Shit.
mental acrobatics.
Fucking game, set, match. I have been wrecked. But no, I think that it's I don't know. I feel like labeling oneself. I feel like also it's a label thing, right? Like the moment you label yourself as a furry, that's very different than being into anthropomorphized creatures.
It's true. Like I'm not labeled a furry, but I'm definitely into anthropomorphized creatures.
You know what? I will sign on to that. I will
Nice.
sign that petition.
Got him, boys! You're a furry.
Ah, damn it! Oh shit! It's the fuzz.
It's kind of like one of those things where like I activated my trap card knowing it would end my turn as well. Like it's like Holmes and Moriarty going over the cliff together.
Yeah, I've been gotten. Damn it. Damn it.
I'm so proud of you, Dan, for finally admitting this to yourself. Your mother and I have been talking about it for a long time, and we're glad that you're finally comfortable enough.
It's kind of weird.
Hey, buddy, I got bad news for you. I got bad news for
Oh, are you okay?
I'm not like hiding nothing. Like, if my mom wanted to know, she could ask. And she wouldn't want to know, because it's my mom. Have you seen the way she acts around me and Michelle?
Actually, I haven't. I've never been in the same room as you, Michelle, and your mom.
It's uncomfortable for everybody.
Not me.
Oh, I 100% believe that, because it would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where else to go with this conversation. I feel like we've all reached a consensus. Noah's a normie. Jackson and I are not quite furries, but almost. And don't bring people into your weird sex thing.
Did Noah officially say his stance on anthropomorphic animals?
Oh, he didn't. Noah, are you a furry, Noah?
I'm actually not a furry, no. I'm glad we've addressed this now.
You know what? That would have been a great place to just
you don't even
smash
think
cut
I was
end the episode.
Like 100% a furry.
That would have been a great place to smash cut end the episode. Just be like, hey, Noah, are you a furry?
Yes.
Theme music.
Yiff yiff.
Yiff yiff, motherfucker.
You're really so mean about it.
Oh man, speaking of weird internet sex things, oh, this is gonna get weird. This is gonna get weird, and I'm sorry.
You're
Jackson,
about to make it like
Jackson,
yeah.
have you read that? I think it was on Tumblr. It might have just been a copy pasta of the cummies in my tummies. Oh buddy, do not do yourself a favor. Don't do it.
So Noah, like you're not into even like this image right here.
Oh no, I don't like this. I don't like how. I mean, this is also Noah. Like, of all of us, is he gonna be the one to admit anything?
Yeah. The image I posted is of Crystal the Fox from Starbucks.
He's showing
It
the
will
image.
also go on the screen, yes.
Well, yeah, but
Which-
maybe people are watching on Apple Podcasts,
Oh, yeah.
Google Play.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, yes. It is not just of crystal though. It's like overly thick crystal, and it's just a little weird.
It is pretty thick. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like her waist
Jackson, I see
is
you're a man
3
of
times as
culture as
big as her
well.
head.
Do you not like that?
Yeah, are you not?
Not really, to be totally honest.
What do you think about?
It's just we're
Is this
trying
gonna
to.
be Jackson test Noah's for? I don't know.
You're just
I got
gonna keep
nothing.
linking pictures and see. I wonder how furry Noah is. And
Yeah, we
meanwhile,
gotta
I'll
find
just
your
be here
furry
like,
meter.
I'm not, but okay.
Not even a little. There's not even like one that would sway you.
Not that I know of. No.
Yeah, Bowsette. That's a normie one.
Bowsette was invented like today.
Like 2 days ago.
2 days
Almost.
ago.
Sorry, I've
has
been
been
out
at
of town.
least
I've been
24
very
hours.
difficult for me
You
to
guys,
keep
can
up.
I share with you a deep, dark secret
What's your
about
deep dark
Bowsette?
What's your
Is it
deep
that
dark
you
secret?
knew?
Bowsette is not very new.
Really?
Actually, no,
Bowsette
that's correct. It just wasn't
is-
called Bowsette before.
No. That particular... Well, I don't think it was publicly not called Bowsette, but that particular
this is a
idea...
cartoon
No, that
from
idea.
like
That
clearly
idea,
a long
that
time
idea
ago.
is not. Yeah, that idea is not new. But specifically calling it it.
But sexualized Bowser who looks like Peach and getting with Mario?
Yep, that's not new.
Yeah, that's not new.
Wait, is
It's-
this combination
the-
of Bowser and Peach like? Is this a fan
It's
thing?
not really a combination.
But that's
yes.
what I'm seeing. Like titles being like, this isn't. Oh, I thought this was a Nintendo thing.
Dude,
Man, I'm out of
no.
loop.
Okay,
I was really
so
This is a
wondering
fan
why
thing.
I guess
Nintendo
do
would
we
like
want to?
do anything.
If you read as many dojins as I do,
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been
you've
around
seen
for a while.
Bowsette.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been on the internet a long time. No, so like it originally started from Toadette, right? And then the way it worked is Toadette, like in one of the new games, Toadette gets an item and she turns into like Peach with Toadette's hat or something like that. Isn't that how it goes, Jackson? Something. Oh wow, I just dropped something. Isn't that how it tends
The
to get?
Super Crown.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so she becomes Peachette. And then people were like, "Well, what if you give that crown to other things?" And then suddenly Bowsette, which, as ProZD pointed out, it shouldn't be called Bowsette. It should be called Peacher or something, because that's not how the It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
I see your point. Yes,
But, you know, Titty Bowser.
But Titty Bowser, big titty goth GF Bowser.
Who am I to say no to that? Except for I have to because there's just too much of it.
It did
Plus,
explode. I'm not gonna lie.
It gentrified
Like it was.
my people.
It was. Don't.
you can't keep claiming them as your people. No, wait, I'm sorry.
They are my people.
I got confused. I forgot. It was Dan that we were saying couldn't claim.
Dan doesn't want to claim. Why would you want to claim them as your people?
My people are people, not furries, but people who are into anthros.
But I feel like you're. I feel
I've
like
gotta
then it's
I've gotta stand for
then
something.
It's not, but then it's not gentrification because like people who are in the anthros is already like a pretty damn widespread group that isn't really marginalized as much as like furries.
You're telling me if I was just like, hey mom, you know what I like to beat off to? This shit?
I feel like it doesn't matter
think
what
she'd
you
be-
finish
you
that
think she'd
sentence
be like,
with.
oh,
I feel like it doesn't matter
cool.
what you finish that sentence with. She's gonna be uncomfortable
You know,
about it.
actually, that's a good point.
I was gonna say, knowing your mom, I feel like she wouldn't be happy no matter how you ended that sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I beat off to? Nothing. The good name of Jesus. Can I get an amen?
Hey man. Yeah,
I feel like that would
actually
make people uncomfortable too.
that's kind of weird. Yeah, you don't want to beat off to, you know.
Listen.
Yeah.
As Bo Burnham once said, it's not love. I don't want to nail him. That was a poor word choice.
You guys hear my cats just go berserk?
oh, yeah, we
Did,
heard it.
actually.
It was real
They're just-
loud.
They're just tussling. They're just fighting all the time. All right.
so is
man,
there anything
what-
else? Are we gonna
just-
delve into any other degeneracy tonight?
I'm just mad about Bowsette. That's it.
I mean, that's fair. You should be.
I actually feel really bad because I feel like you had something you were going to say that I really just derailed by saying the word Bowsette.
I mean, you probably
what?
did, but
I did
also,
actually,
how
yeah.
important was it?
I've got like 4 tabs open of what I wanted to initially say, but it's too late because it's a long talk.
Nah. Come on. That's our closeout. Let's go.
I've got a huge list of all the live action adaptations of anime, as well as all the live action adaptations of other series such as board games and things like Western animation. It's an episode.
What we had that episode. We had half of that episode last
We
time.
had
No, we
a touch
had
of it.
speculation in the
Did we?
last
Okay.
episode. We heavily speculated.
I'm sorry.
and our
it has
homework
been
was
an
actually to
entire,
come
like,
back with a good adaptation. Was that it?
Yeah, that was.
That was the idea.
You
And
did,
I've
you
got
did send
one,
me
but
to
it's
do
too
that.
late now.
I mean,
Yeah, it is
I
a
can think of
little
at
too late
least
now.
one. All right, so that'll be next episode because that's how podcasts work.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Plugs.
Already?
Plugs.
Dude, we've only
It's
been going
been
for like
an hour. 40 minutes.
It
For-
has,
45
I was going to
minutes.
say it's been maybe 40 minutes.
45 minutes because you dipped out and back in. Let's
Yeah,
see.
for like-
Does it
If
say?
we need to fill time,
I mean, we can fill
let's just talk
time.
about more fetishes.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, okay.
tentacles.
Tentacles are weird.
Tentacles are weird.
Tentacles.
Noah,
I
how
don't-
about
I
you
don't-
bring something up, Noah? 'Cause I feel
Dislike
like I've
them?
got to be the resident degenerate.
Yeah, come on, Noah. What do you got? What's your most degenerate that you know
No, don't
of?
ask that question.
Nah.
Just,
he-
no, okay, not even that you're into. Just bring up a
That you're aware
degenerate
of.
thing.
Yeah.
One that like I think is like really super uncomfortable, barring like
Yeah.
the obvious like child stuff.
Well, yeah,
like,
no,
barring
lollies
the obvious
are,
things like
yeah,
that.
lollies are not okay.
Like
Yeah.
anything to do with piss and shit. I just that
I mean, that's fair.
makes
no, I
me
agree.
real uncomfortable. Just
feel-
to
I
think
would-
about the
those
are
fact
two
that there's
things
I don't
people
wanna
that
see.
really think that that's like, or not that
thing.
think that like that really that is really what they're into, makes me
Yeah.
super uncomfortable.
And like, and
Yeah, I don't
I,
wanna see that.
I would like to just say this real quick. Whatever you're into, you do you, man. Just
Just not
you
unless
do
it's like
you.
amputation. I don't like
or
amputation.
kids. I feel like do whatever you're into unless it hurts other people. Like that, I feel like that's
Yeah.
not a hard stance.
Beat it to that fox chick from Star Fox.
Seriously, do you. Just don't beat it to that fox chick from Star Fox if she's also a lolly.
I mean,
Nah, man, I
Dude,
have
I
a
think
hard,
that's
I have
like
a
a-
hard line stance on lollies.
I think that might be almost like that kind of is an exception almost, right? Because like she only exists in media as someone of age. So unless they just distinctly say in the work that she's not, like she's only been viewed at like the age of, she's probably like 25, 26.
Let's see.
So like it's just like a weird chibi almost
Google, tell me.
interpretation of her.
Crystal
I don't
age.
know.
Let's go.
So are you saying not like lollies in general, like specifically Crystal from
No,
Star
all-
Fox.
no,
is
all
that what you're
lollies.
saying?
I think that might be like a bad example
Because
that
Dan's,
one I think
Dan's making a blanket statement, and you're saying a single small exception.
Yeah.
yeah I
I'm
think
saying
he may
all
have
lollies.
just like he may have just brought up I think one of the few exceptions.
I
But also
really
if you want to
disagree,
just beat
but
it to
all right.
lollies, I don't know, work on that, but do whatever. Just don't talk about it.
No, don't do it. Just stop it. Get some help.
Maybe they're just like into short people.
But lollies aren't just short people. They're just like, here, let's see what
Sometimes they're
Google
thousands
says.
of years old.
Define lolly. Let's go.
Oh,
What if they're like a 300-year-old dragon?
Lolly refers to a Japanese discourse or media pertaining to the attraction of young-looking cute girls that blend slightly erotic characteristics to form this intriguing subculture. Lolly.
Intriguing. Wow, very nice of that article.
I know,
was gonna
right?
say, that's
That's
an incredibly
really
nice
kind.
thing to say.
It comes from, I believe it comes from Lolita, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the
a sexually
1955 novel by
precocious
Vladimir Nabokov.
Young girl. Here's my thing. Here's my thing with lollies, right?
Of course, it's
It
okay.
doesn't matter if it's a 9,000-year-old dragon or if it's 25 or if it's 18. If you're beating it to a lolly, you're not attracted to the fact that it's 9,000 years old and can give consent.
What if they might be?
But they're not, though.
What if like someone
But
is?
they're not, though. If that one person is, then
All I'm
you're
saying-
fine.
Congrats if you're that one person.
Yeah, seriously. Congrats if you're that one person, but otherwise, dude, you're into it because it looks like a young girl, and it's an excuse for you to beat off to a kid that looks like they're underage. And that's fucked up. Get
Yeah.
some help.
I think get some help, but also like I don't know how much of a position I am in to talk shit on that because like I don't know.
We've all had our shame wanks. Listen, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
but there's
judge
a
you for
difference between that and being into kids. But still, like I just
to me, there's
because
no-
it's only
there's-
in like a dojin form and not actually like any kind of physical media. I can't be as upset about it.
I see what you mean, and I think that there is something to that. I think there's also like in the same way like people can be into like furries online, but like obviously not into like furries in real life, right?
Yeah, which is kind of where I'm at. So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
And I
guess
feel
maybe
like-
if someone's the same way I am with furries, with lollies, I guess then they're not doing anything in any way illegal, just slightly
No.
unethical. But
Yes.
in the same vein I am.
And see, I would be okay with that. I think that's like I feel like there's a conversation there about like but there's also the conversation of like at what point is there a slippery slope of like, oh well, I've been beating it to lollies for 20 years online, now I'm gonna go beat it to lollies
It's
in
a
real
long
life.
time. I
Listen,
think people
man.
probably grow out of it, right?
No,
Why?
I mean some do, but like also you and I both know that there are some people who did not grow out of it.
What if you're like 15?
If you're 15, you know what? I think that's okay because that was my like.
Wow,
whole,
dude.
If you're 15 and you're into that was my like phase right when I was 15. Like so, you wanted the answer
Lollies?
to no, furries. You wanted the answer is Dan a furry? That was my like phase through like that age. But
Well,
as
give
but
me
for
more
lollies,
detail real quick. It's because you were on Sonic forums.
yeah, absolutely.
So you were a
You're on
Sonic
you were on
furry.
forums? I can proudly say I've never been on forums actively.
I'm not ashamed of being on the forum. I'm ashamed of the people that I was on the forum with, some of them, but I'm not ashamed of being on that forum because I was a lonely homeschooled kid who needed friends and there were friends there, which makes it sound really, really sad, but like that's the truth.
It does really sound sad.
Yeah, it's pretty kind of sad.
But like that's the truth. That's where like I still have friends from that forum that I still chat with.
Do I know any of them? Question mark.
Have you met Jay?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
He's the only one that like I would have
From a
introduced you
Sonic
to.
forum?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nah, but so my point is, but back to lollies, getting away from being super real for a second, back to lollies. No, yeah, I don't care even if you're 15, you don't know any better. Then
Well,
it goes
also,
into,
it's kind of like legal then, right?
I don't know how that works, and I don't want to.
'Cause
I don't feel comfortable having this conversation. I don't feel.
I think a 15-year-old should be able to beat it to a 15-year-old, right? Why not, right? Like, it's kind of like,
I gotta say, I'm
Didn't
like,
we have this conversation just a little bit ago when we
hope
were
so.
talking about like, it was something to do with.
we did talk briefly about age of consent laws.
Yeah.
yeah, that was that's because coincidentally, 15 is age of consent in Japan.
That's right. I remember that now.
So, like, I don't know. I guess if you're 50, because if someone was like, this 15-year-old's having sex, I'd be like, I hope it's with someone who's also like 15, 16, not like a 30-year-old.
Well, yeah, that's the
So I'm
thing,
like,
right?
I guess
I feel
I'd
like
rather-
it's a
know.
predatory thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that, like, predatory and or like a control power thing. That's just gross.
I think 15-year-olds just shouldn't be beating it.
You know what? I'm a stand with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a stand.
Off the air officially takes
quit
it.
fucking beating it.
Unless you have something to say, off the air officially takes a stance that 15-year-olds shouldn't be getting it on or
I was
jerking
saying
it.
beating
Wait.
it, not even, yeah.
You're both saying two different things.
No, I just
No, we're
took
saying
it,
the
I
same
took it to
thing.
the extent to like one step further. But yeah, no, 15-year-olds really shouldn't necessarily be beating it.
Yeah.
Dude, just don't. I mean,
I wasn't.
that said, I was also a super late bloomer, so like I feel like I don't really have room to talk. But still,
Yeah.
I feel like 15-year-olds shouldn't be. I feel like 15 is too young for an age of consent. I feel like 16 is probably too young for an age of consent. But 15 is definitely too young.
I think 18 is good,
I
honestly.
think 18 is safe.
Yeah. No, I'll agree with
I
18
think
being a good
17
age of
in some
consent.
cases is good,
And I also
but I think 18 is a good board.
Yeah, and I agree with like the Romeo and Juliet laws. I think that's fine. But like 18 should be like the blanket age of consent. And any blanket was made like 17 years ago, that's too young.
I love comforters. Like, yeah, like for real, like if you're laying in your bed and you put a sheet on and a comforter on top of it, what's wrong with you?
Nah, comforters are great.
Yeah, that should be the priority blanket.
It is. It always should be. I just was laughing because I made a joke about underage blankets and you said a comforter of all things. It's because
nice.
It's a jizz joke.
Feels good, man.
Wow.
It was good.
So classic.
Nah, that was funny. That made me happy.
But-
Thanks for that.
But the comforters are definitely the ideal blanket.
Yeah, no, I think I can agree with it. I have one. And yeah.
In most all situations, that's the only blanket I use.
Actually, that's the only blanket I've got right now, too, on my
Yeah.
nice little mattress on the floor with a fitted sheet and a comforter.
Didn't you build a bed?
I did, but the mattress is too small to fit in the bed. The bed's a full size, and I have a twin size mattress.
Wait, you just have a bed.
I have a
just
bed
sitting.
frame with my mattress
Oh.
sitting on
You
the
know what?
floor inside
Honestly,
the
you know
bed
what?
frame.
Honestly, you know what you should do? Go down to like Home Depot or something
Just
and
get a
get
big
just
plywood piece.
honestly, yeah.
I mean, I've thought about that, but I actually don't mind sleeping on the floor.
Okay. Hey, you know what? You do you, buddy.
It's pretty cool, like not like, hey, I'm so cool, but like literally physically cool because it's very low to the ground and doesn't get stuffy.
That's right. You do not like the heat and stuff.
I hate the heat. If the world could, this is my very strong opinion, by the way. If the world was 52 degrees at all times, I would be the happiest person in the world.
That is so cold. Give
And
me
if
like
it went up to
a solid
60, but
68.
then had a breeze, so it was still cold, I'd be very happy. In fact, if it was 52 degrees with a breeze, I'd still be happy because you know what? You can always put more layers on, but you cannot take more layers off.
Not with
Thanks
that
for that
attitude.
advice, Dad.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
I'm sorry, you want to go peeling your skin off? You can't walk around
Yes.
naked. So
I mean,
there's like,
Hellraiser did.
what?
The guy from Hellraiser did.
Pinhead?
Mr. Hellraiser.
No, he didn't.
Took
his skin right
the
off.
other one, the one that had no skin.
Yeah.
Frank?
Skinless Joe.
Frank, yeah, Frank walked around like 90% of the movie without skin, so you definitely can't
but
take layers
I
off.
really do feel the need to point out that Frank is firstly a very bad person and not one to be emulated, and two, he was a
okay.
supernatural
Okay.
being.
Okay,
You know what's wrong with
listen,
Frank?
I
I don't
don't
call him names like that.
listen. That's harsh, my dude. Frank's just a dude who happened to be banging his brother's wife,
And everything with legs.
and it heavily implied his niece,
His underage niece.
his underage niece.
So if you really want to go out and like die on this hill that Frank is not that bad a guy.
Listen, you can recognize a bad person's skill or a single thing they did right, and then condemn the rest of it. Hitler was a great public speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
He was also
And,
a good sketch artist.
I thought he wasn't. I thought that was the whole point.
No. It like his art teachers told him that he should get into architecture because that was what he was good at, that type of sketch. It wasn't until he
Yeah.
revised Mein Kampf and made it about the Jews that like that part of the book was like, oh, they didn't like me because they were Jews. No, before that it was just like he admitted that they told him to do something else.
I love it. But that's my point, is that you can admire Frank's dedication to keeping cool under pressure, and not admire,
I mean,
Is that what he was doing?
He literally didn't keep cool under pressure, though. He's like, if you don't kill people for me so that I can drink their blood, I'm going to kill people you care about.
I mean,
Suboptimal.
He was an incredibly
That's
not
on
chill
her.
guy.
nah, that's on her for having people she cares about.
You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot you have no one you care about.
I mean,
I don't.
why would I?
I don't know. I guess
I feel like,
you've
I feel
gotten
like-
me there, Dan.
see, now I am the winner. I knew this day would come.
I feel like we should have ended this episode after we stopped talking about anime porn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do too, and I tried to give us an out, but Noah was like, nah, we're only at 40 minutes.
And then we talked about more anime porn.
Yeah, I thought you meant the second
then
time
we
around.
that was just fetishes. That wasn't necessarily. Oh no, we did go back to lollies. You're right. You're right.
It pretty much, when it's me and it's talking about anything sexual, it goes straight to anime
comes
porn.
back
That's
to
the only
anime.
experience I have.
I
So yeah,
mean,
let's
feel like
wrap
you're
up
just
now
limiting
because
yourself.
this is a good spot to wrap up because I need to go
You're
do
just-
laundry. This was an incredibly not safe
This
for work
might have been.
episode.
This-
This
safe
is
for work
definitely
episode?
our least safe for work episode.
I've tagged them all as not safe for work just because y'all swear
Good.
a lot.
what?
Yeah, I do that.
Fuck you.
So I think we've been going on about long enough about weird anime fetishes and such. So
Thank God. It's over.
Dan, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Not anymore. Not after all that.
Why
I think I'm good. It's all in the description. Go find it. I do stuff.
Twitter and Instagram at BornRule57.
Don't out me like that. Make them do some work.
If
They
some
deserve
places
it.
don't have a description, okay, I'm being nice to the people that
Literally
don't have
everywhere
access to
does.
that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not as easily accessible in some spots. Jackson,
Well, yeah,
how about
but
you?
it's all there.
Yeah. I am real.
That's so good to hear.
I'm
and
not.
I have been mentally here this whole time.
That's fantastic. I'm very happy to hear that.
I have cats that make a lot of noise, and I stream at twitch.tv/Jacksonium. I tweet at twitch.tv/fuck. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I've
I
been
feel like
here
this is. I
mentally
feel like this
present.
is like Jackson's like confession video.
I have been
like,
awake this
just-
whole time.
Just listen.
I tweet.
Jackson was very awake and alert when we were talking about anything to do with furries, and now he's just
I
gone.
mean,
Hey,
basically,
you guys got me.
he's like a.
I tweet good stuff. I tweet a lot of good stuff.
He's like that
It's
owl
true.
from,
I tweeted.
He's like that owl from the from commercial. Fucking, how do I get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? And he's like fast asleep. Oh, let's find out.
Eats a Tootsie Pop, goes back to sleep. That's
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
No. I tweet at twitter.com/Jacksonium with 2 M's.
It's
You
true.
can find me there.
Why is it with two
And-
M's, Jackson?
Because I don't love myself. And
Neither do I.
I'm on Tumblr at Jacksonium.
Also with 2
As well.
M's.
Maybe?
Yep.
2 M's. There you go. You heard it here first, folks. My Tumblr is the most lit part of my life.
It's true.
My Twitter is up there.
I accidentally
You can
quote
also-
Jackson's Tumblr to him quite frequently. And he's like,
Yeah,
that's from my Tumblr.
Yeah, my Tumblr is good. You follow it. It's iconic. You'll learn a lot about what it means to be alive. Or not. If you choose not to. You can learn 2 things. What it means to be alive and what it means to look at anime memes. Secret, they're one and the same. Noah, do your thing. I'm done talking.
All right. So
Fucking goddamn finally.
I am on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Bubbadabad, BUBBADABAD. And then the more important stuff you need to follow, the podcast. We have Facebook.com/OTA podcast, Twitter.com/The Off the Air, and Patreon.com/Off the Air. Now, all these things are great, and we really would like you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter just so you get those fun little notifications of like when we're doing stuff, especially Twitter. Our Twitter's actually been like doing stuff recently. Jackson even logged in the other day and made a post. It was pretty cool. But the most important thing you can do to help us is to please rate and review us on iTunes, Google Play, whatever you listen to us on. This will help more people get straight up poisoned by the things we say. So we would appreciate if you would help extend our reach across the universe to people. I think that's...
Wait,
What?
did you say YouTube?
Oh, I didn't. Half a sec.
I'm awake.
Let me look up the YouTube channel because, fun fact, we're going to post these on the YouTube channel that I made back when Off the Air was first a thing, and it was just me and my friends recording when we were not live during a radio show. So that's fun, right?
Which I would like to reiterate is a much better premise for a podcast than what we do.
Yeah, I mean it is. I won't deny that. But you get to. I'm gonna leave the 5 old episodes up because I mean, I may as well. I'll just leave them in like some nasty old like playlist labeled old garbage. But you get to see the first
Nasty old playlist. It's like just it's in the corner. It's covered in cobwebs and dirt and like slime. It's just not pleasant.
Yeah, it's honestly it's not that great. It's 5 episodes that are approximately an hour and a half long each, and they're all totally unedited because it was all recorded on my phone.
Christ.
So
Wait, what's the YouTube channel?
it's it doesn't have a channel. So it's a bunch of letters and numbers right now. I'm just gonna have it linked in the description, and we'll get it better eventually.
What's the channel called though? Like,
It's just gonna be called Off the Air, but
searching it right now.
you won't find it. I'll just drop it in the Discord right now. But that's your good news of the day. You'll be able to find all the atrocious things that I've been connected to in the past.
Nice.
Whack.
I don't know how to feel about anything.
So yeah, congrats people. You get to find my old podcast episodes, but more importantly, you'll get to find new episodes with such nicer graphics than what we have now.
Yeah, there's another channel on YouTube that makes a podcast called Off the Air.
Really?
Yeah. Their last episode was Minecraft Let's Play.
Oof.
And it was a year ago, and it's not actually in a podcast episode. It's just a Minecraft Let's Play. This is a call-out post to the other Off the Air podcast.
Yeah, get our turf now.
Yeah. They only have one
There's our
podcast.
turf now, she?
Is it Off the Air with Loose and Bam? Is it that one?
No, it just says Off the Air. And it's got like some anime images.
Did you search Off the Air podcast?
Holy shit.
Did you find mine?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
Much worse.
What did you find?
Guys, you can't make this shit up. Off the Air podcast, season 1, episode 2, published by Off the Air 1 year ago. It's the only episode they have uploaded. Guess what the name of the episode is?
What is it?
Furries was a great idea.
Oh my gosh. That's
You cannot make this
Jackson,
shit
did
up.
you just crack this whole thing wide open?
I've got to watch this podcast now.
it's true. Oh my gosh. This is
I've got to find out what this is.
I hope it's like
There's
two
no
12-year-olds.
description. There's a couple comments.
link it up.
One
boy.
just says, try to guess who I am.
Wow. Yeah. No. So these are like 15-year-olds.
Dang.
This guy says Mr. Pumpkin,
Dang.
which is just his own username. He just types it. Holy shit. Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go do some research.
We gotta go watch this podcast,
All
guys.
right. So that's what
All right.
we're going to be doing in between. I hope you guys are happy with this new fun weekly setup that we're going to be doing with these podcast episodes. We're gonna end it right here after just being mean and calling out another podcast. So
Look at their logo. The logo's even like.
oh gosh, guys.
I'm telling you,
I'm not going to share this with anyone because I don't want anyone to like link back to this because that's just mean. But oh gosh,
Crap! Look at how much effort they put into their card.
it
thumbnail.
looks really nice. Honestly,
I
that's
mean, it
what
does look
bums
nice,
me
but
out.
it looks like someone
Wait, are
put
we still
effort
recording?
in. Yeah, we are.
We are.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. It's been nice talking with everyone. Good recording.
No, it hasn't.
It wasn't nice. All that happened today is I got mad at Dan for saying something in French.
That's
then
true.
We talked
And
about
then you
anime.
talked about weird fetishes.
We talked about furries, and then we just talked about fetishes, and then we brought it back to furries. It's just like, why? Why do we bother?
Why are we all here?
All right.
I had a thing to talk about. You know what happened
Next
instead?
time.
To put fucking anime.
Tune in next time. Up the air.